So every woman in your life should get an orange box, but do not buy every random girl an Hermes bracelets. True words have never been spoken from mother to son.
I mean, I agree. And Amanda is allegedly an expert in manifestation of wealth, but her real wealth is manifesting 3 facials a month. And I'm here for it.
Okay, you know what? That might be the best advice that she's ever given since she's been on the show. But can I just say that Caius and Sky may be the most wisest men on the planet? I mean, good job, Mama Zoe. You are
Ah,
doing that. You are killing the game and raising boys to men or men to men in greater strength.
I just also want to say good job, Rachel. You're a great mom. And so much wisdom is here and so much drama. So you ready, Elle?
Let's go. Okay, let's get into the highlights. Okay, I know we talked about we had to take a breather. We had to take a breather because there's so many dynamics going on, and it really falls along the themes of friendship and divorce. But we want
Mhm.
to definitely talk about the highlights. What stood out for you?
Yeah, so I feel like what really stood out for me this season is that Erica seems more at peace than she ever has before. And she even brought that up in one of the most recent episodes. She was like, well, listen, not everybody's going to get drunk and go crazy on a boat because that was her, that was her
Oh,
coping mechanism.
she was struggling that season. Oh my God. And it happens when your life has the interruption of everything, you can just go off the rails and you just kind of are fighting for your life and drowning at the same time. And that's kind of what we saw. But I'm so happy to see her at peace. I mean, she's walking down Rodeo Drive, going to Alice and Olivia in t-shirt and jeans and makeup. Like,
Oh,
you know what? Yes, this is the way. That right there is true glamour, and
yes.
that is true confidence. Just to show up and just be. I don't even think
Like,
she had
if
a
you
purse.
know you're beautiful, you
Yeah,
don't need anything else.
I don't think she had a
Yep.
purse. She must have been on Apple Pay or something. Like she didn't have a purse. Yeah, and I gotta tell you,
Yeah.
as we talked about the other day, Sutton has really grown on me, and I hope to see this evolution continue. The distracting. It's almost like an it's almost like an ayahuasca journey that she's gone on without actually.
Yes, without the
And
ayahuasca.
she's sitting in her chair. She's lotus position. She's got the cats. She's got the dogs. She's got a bowl. I'm thinking it's ice cream.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's ice cream. I don't know. It could be quinoa. I don't know. But she just looks super happy, and I'm here for it.
No, I'm here for it too, but I've always really liked Sutton. And side note, so Elle and I, and now I'm speaking to the viewers. So Elle and I, we were looking up the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills for the past 2 days. And we were searching and researching and like, when did Kyle and Dorit fall out? When did all this happen? I'm so surprised what I'm seeing from that Sutton to this Sutton because, but it's also kind of sad because Garcelle was really there for her. So it's also so sad to see season 12 happen because, Garcelle was really there for her. So,
Yeah, she did her dirty. I'm not. I'm not going to be apologetic about that. Garcelle was driving Miss Daisy until the wheels fell off, and the wheels fell off, and
ooh, yeah.
got into another car called KyleExpress.com or whatever. But no, I didn't love that, and I stand by what I said, and I would tell her she was right here. But I do like that she is more self-reflective. And back then, I don't know if she was very self-reflective. It seems as if she's more self-reflective. She's more conscious about, how to move in the group. And I got
Mhm.
to give her credit for taking on a challenge that I'm pretty sure nobody in the cast wanted to take on. It's called A Full Bed and Amanda Francis.
Oh my goodness. Oh my good. I know.
She
I
took
knew
on the
you were
full.
gonna say that, and we didn't even share notes. I was just like, "Oh my god, I know what she's gonna say. It's Amanda."
Okay, first of all, going on a girl's, I don't care if it's a full bed or twin bed. Like it makes me no mind, but
Yeah,
like
I don't care about that, but
but it's Sutton, right? And she lives on a main road, in Bel Air. And so, and there's nothing wrong with those main roads in Bel Air. I'll take it. Take one for the win. I don't care. But anyways,
Child, I'll take a main road.
someone who's clearly used to traveling in, the highest level of luxury kind of conditions and agrees to not only, take on this twin bed, sleep in a twin bed, but also to take on the responsibility of, may I say, de-Amandatizing Amanda. She wants to de-Amandatize Amanda.
Not
You know?
de-Amandatizing Amanda. Oh my
De-Amandatizing
God.
Amanda. I think that's going to be the title.
De-Amandatizing Amanda is perfect.
But and we're gonna get into it. But can I just go here for a
We
second if
have
you don't
so
mind?
much to say.
So
Go
much to
ahead.
say. I think it's honestly gonna be 2 episodes. We might have to split this one in half because God, only give you a half hour. Let's be real, okay? You're traveling in your car. Each commute probably takes about a half hour. You got a half hour break for lunch, if and so, or you're taking your walk, or maybe if you're hiking and Runyon Canyon, you have time to listen longer, but the average person only has about a half hour bandwidth. So we might have to divide this one. Sutton's attempt to have this honest sit down with her and her naming that she wants to be very honest and transparent as to why she chose to room with her, which is to resolve conflict and to get to know her.
In a way, I feel like Sutton is 50% honest, but also 50% still shady. Because, like, she roomed with Amanda, but can I just say that a
Closing the
part of
curtain.
me feels like, did she room with Amanda because she kind of wants, like, first chair? Like, she wants to be all up in the mix. And she knows Amanda is going to be controversial. So she's like, what's up, Amanda? Like, tell me all your secrets.
I don't see her getting first chair. I feel like Kyle and Dorit.
Not, oh no, I don't either. But
Yeah.
did she think she was going to get it? I
I'll be
don't
right
know.
up under Kyle.
Oh, yes.
That's how
Right
that
up.
seating arrangement's gonna be.
That's where you
Or
left
Dorit.
Garcelle. Right up under Kyle
So
is
Kyle
where
will
you
be next
were.
to Dorit, and Amanda will be next to Kyle because that's her new bestie.
That is so
Yeah,
true. Yes.
yeah.
Yep.
But so anyway, I have to give her credit for being transparent about it, and I see what you're saying. I'm gonna go ahead and go outside of what you'd expect. I'd say I kind of think she's being authentic. Like, hey, I see
Oh
myself
my
in you so many seasons ago.
God.
See myself in you so many seasons ago, and I'm trying to save you from yourself, you know? And the
Wow.
fascinating thing about it is that, true to form, Amanda approaches this conversation well, not so true to form, actually. She approaches the conversation initially with some level of maturity, and then, true to form, the flex period
Mm-hmm.
with the chat. She's flexing, and she flexes from a position that, rather than saying, hey, I should not have said what I said about Dorit, or I said what I said about Dorit, I need to take some ownership in that. She flexes the fact that she was a therapist and she's coming from an informed opinion, and not realizing that, as being new in this group, she hasn't really earned her right to share her informed opinion,
Right.
To me, I mean, that's just how I am. You enter a
Nope.
group
I
and you're
have to
new,
agree with that. I
read the
have to agree
room.
with that. Yeah.
Huh?
No, I have to agree with that because there's a certain seniority, unlike corporate America. This is not corporate America. There is a certain seniority with housewives, and we have to respect it. Kyle is at the top of the pyramid. Kathy Hilton is like somewhere by herself.
I mean, when a new person comes in, I mean, even think about your own lives. When you enter a new group, you might indeed have all the expertise, the flex in the world, but you don't really like flaunt that in. You want to watch, observe, and integrate with the group. I mean, and I think, Amanda, I think you can appreciate this given that fact that you went to seminary school. I think it was Oral Roberts University. We all know that the Bible says the first will be last and the last will be first. So when you're entering in,
Boom.
yeah, by the way, it's in
That part.
Matthew 19:30. So, by the so I wonder how her experience and how we as the audience experience her would be different if she came in soft. And if she came in a
Mhm.
little legs trying to flex, like she's like her ego has been at Crunch Gym, I wonder what that experience would be like for her. Because own your informed opinions, own all of the manifestations that you have manifested, own all of that and be like, job well done, but
Right?
slowly mete that out or let just people kind of find out about it by happenstance. But she goes
Mhm.
out the gate like, by the way, here's my CV, and it's like 20 pages long,
Yes.
and that's clearly not a CV. That is an ad for free people. Yours today. But for those of you who are listening, I just pulled up a piece of paper to as a visual. But
That was nothing, not a CV.
yeah. What was the saying that we just really recently heard from our producer? What did she say?
Um,
Something to the effect that those who know so much say less, and those who say a lot know
oh,
less.
yes.
So there's a lot of wisdom in that. But not only did she lead with the flex of the informed opinion, but
Mhm.
it's always, well, the girls need to get to know me. I was hoping she'd get to know me.
It's
You're just
giving
not here. You
angel.
need to get to know them.
No,
That's
it's
what I want
giving
to say.
angel from Real Housewives of Potomac. It's giving angel. It's giving person just coming in like Gretchen on Real Housewives of Orange County. Like, you have to understand that you need to kind of pay your dues in a way with these women. And if you're new, maybe don't come on so super strong and like, raw, like,
Wait. How is it giving Angel? I'm curious.
with the newbie part, the newbie aspect, like it's giving a new person coming on a show like Amanda
Hmm.
and kind of like schooling the other people. And I feel like Angel was kind of like, oh, I'm not gonna like kiss your ass, Giselle or whoever. And that was like progressive to Potomac because everybody does that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And in California, in Beverly Hills, Amanda was like the newbie.
Hmm.
So more in like the newbie aspect.
Yeah, I think, just taking cameras out of the equation, just talking about in real life, fitting in is hard. It becomes harder when the stakes in the uh, social circle are high,
Hmm.
combined with that expectancy. Pretty sure I
Yeah.
chopped that word up, of showing up with or a perceived expectancy to show up, that you have to show up with wealth, or you have to show up in a certain kind of way, that it probably lends individuals, and particularly in this case housewives, to try a little bit harder than they should when all they have to do is just show up and just be. The reason why
Uh,
Rachel works, the reason why Jennifer Tilly has always worked, and literally the reason why Erica has always worked, is because they literally abide by the GAF rule. They just don't care. They just show up
yeah.
here themselves. And that level of authenticity and self-assuredness is just a natural part of them that that it makes it easy to watch. But when you have a try hard, and I'm so sorry to say this, because part of the good edit means I've got to be honest,
It does.
trying out really hard, and I don't know if I've ever, listeners, correct us if we're wrong. We are season 15. We're 22 episodes deep. And have we ever heard her say, but I really want to get to know the ladies? No, we've heard her say,
I
uh,
want them to get to know
right.
me. Oh my God, Elle. That is a really good observation.
Yeah. Yeah. And,
Wow.
you know, give me a reason. Give me a reason.
No, it's so true. It's like you came into our group. We're inviting you
Yeah.
to a luxury vacation elsewhere. Like, what is the reason that we should be nice to you?
Right. I mean,
It's true.
Kathy Hilton works because Kathy Hilton is authentically
Loves it. She loves
herself,
it.
maybe a little performative sometimes, I wonder, but she's authentically performative, that like it just works. She works. So those are my thoughts about that. And the jury's out on Amanda for me right now. I apologize in advance, but I have to be true to thy viewing choices and true to
Yeah.
myself. The jury is out.
You know, I never like a one and done, and I know a lot of people can agree with this, but we've had a lot of one and dones like Diana
Oh, I
on
like Diana.
Beverly Hills. We've had so many one and dones, but I don't want to see Amanda be a one and done. I just don't.
I don't wanna see her be a one and done. I'd like to
Maybe
see her
give her a second season,
I'd
you
like her
know?
to do this. I'd like her to do this, and this is something a course cannot buy.
Okay, go. What is it?
Manifest humility and authenticity. And then we have something that's watching, and then you're going to
Oh my
blend in with the group because 80% of that group or 90 to 80% of that group or higher are really truly in fact comfortable in their own skin. And if you can manifest being comfortable in thy own skin, now we have a fan base that's going to root for you and ride for you. And I think that that is the one thing that not only viewers want to see, but the cast would love to see, that nobody should have to work that hard, you know. And please,
yeah.
please admit, even if it is true, even if the advice is sound,
Hmm.
2 words can make this all go well. Maybe not, because because when it comes to Dorit, it's got to be a lot more words. But 2 words would set the stage to make
What?
this
I'm
all go away.
sorry. Is
I'm
it? I'm so.
sorry.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I knew it.
Or hey, try this on precise. I stand by
And she
my Yeah.
can.
Try this on. I stand by my opinion, but I'm sorry that I socialized it to everybody and I didn't come to you with it to help you solve for the problem.
Ah, yeah, but that. I mean, I just don't see her doing that.
No, not going to happen. So, so
Nope.
what do we think about? So there's 2 core plot lines. Um,
Okay.
Going on. And first of all, I wanted, before we get into that, I want to just truly, I know we talked about it earlier in the hook, but um Caius and Sky and the conversation that Rachel had with her sons about divorce. And I just have to give not only, I mean, of course, her credit because she obviously raised them, and I suppose Roger has something to do with that for better or for worse,
Mhm.
raised them to be these really empathic young men with their own mind, who listen and speak with their eyes. You know, they listen. Those eyes are so intentional, and they're really listening, and they're taking it all
They're the
in.
best
Yeah,
kids,
and they've
man.
observed some things, and they in
Yeah.
fact have a true informed opinion, and they were not afraid to share that opinion. And I just cannot, Kat, can you imagine the heartbreak of experiencing your parents, number one, divorcing,
And I don't know what that's like.
and the challenge of receiving that information with possibly 2, 3, 4 cameras in your face and processing that news while it's on camera.
Oh my
And
God.
you could see the heart, and the reason why I mentioned the eyes, you could see the heartbreak in their eyes, and yet their mature acceptance of it, you know, and yet they probably deep down inside, like every child does, wants their parents to get back together, but that
Of
doesn't seem to be happening
course.
anytime soon. And I mean, taking that on camera.
Right? Brave. And whether or not they had several conversations before this, it doesn't matter because these young men are only 12 and 14, I believe.
Yeah,
And that is so strong of teenagers to do, young teenagers.
right. So
Like they're
strong.
not 18 years old, they are kids.
Totally kids.
Yeah. Saying a dog, I love my dog. Like a dog is important, you
A
know?
dog is really important. So, what do you think about her advice, that children are better off having 2 parents who love them separately rather than experiencing 2 parents who are in the house fighting? I mean, we kinda talked about this before, but
We did. Yeah,
yeah,
we talked about it. You grew up in a two-parent household,
I
right?
did. But I raised a son in a one-parent
You
household
know,
for the most
oh,
part.
so you could speak about that. Like, what do you feel like? And if you don't mind, do you feel like there was a fundamental difference? And if so, what do you think the main difference was?
Hmm. Wow, you're asking me to get real on camera. You know,
Audience, I did it.
I think the decision to go it alone was really difficult, and I don't wanna spend a lot of time talking about me because their fans are here to
Mhm.
talk about this, but I'm just
Of
saying real
course.
quickly, and I will relate it back to Mrs. O. Um, the decision to go it alone was very difficult, you know? I didn't wanna be a statistic. I didn't wanna be a statistic on multiple levels, including being a Black woman raising her son by herself, that was top of mind for me because I think that that's what's expected. Um, the financial part and starting over, all over again with nothing, that was not as top of mind for me because I knew I'm a hustler, so I knew things would, just coin a phrase to manifest. I
I'm
knew
a hustler.
I knew God had my back. I knew God had my back. Yeah, that's what happened. And the village that surrounds me. But I
Yeah.
think that the hardest part for me was the guilt of having to raise my son by himself, the
Oh.
hardship of, and so my face is like, I'm trying not to get emotional, but the hardship of seeing him go
No.
back and forth with his little bag. And, I hated putting that adult thing on him, at 5 years old. And,
I'm sorry.
I
Yes.
hated when he said, no, I don't mind it. I hated when he said, um, my friends have 2 parents and I have 2 parents, but they don't live together or something to that effect, and that was just a knife in the heart,
Oh,
right?
no.
But this other side of that is that I had to find role models, male role models, to do the work of a father, which was largely my father, rest in peace, Dr. James E. Andrews, rest in peace, And so I had to put that village together, and it worked out for the good, and now I have a son who is killing it, like, not just professionally, God, I
Oh,
mean, this kid is he's everywhere, everywhere in terms of, the industry and just doing his thing, but more than that, we just had lunch yesterday, um, he's so deeply empathetic and so
oh,
smart, and I don't think those levels of empathy or, resiliency would not have happened if it was not for that fateful decision to do, what I did back in, 2020. And
it's
so
so true.
mhm, uh-huh. So
2020, that's not even that long ago.
yeah, it was,
That's only 6 years ago.
no, I'm sorry, it was 2019. And
Oh,
so
okay, so
yeah,
7 years ago.
and so when I say, you know, to Ms. Zoe's point that Miss Rachel has clearly raised these kids to
Mhm.
be empathetic and truly, mature rock stars. But Roger, for better or for worse, has raised them too, just through his behavior, for better or for worse, whatever that is. And I really don't know the details. I gotta be honest. I haven't even I haven't
They're
even,
not available to find out
yeah, none
anyway.
of our business. Literally none of our business.
Yeah,
And so from my son's
there
case,
it's kept between them from what I saw.
as it should be. And
Yeah.
in my son's case, for better, he was raised.
Mhm.
And for worse, by his dad's influence too, you know? So, like, and I mean that to say without those experiences, he would not have been able. I think the village helped him counteract all the negative impact of his dad, and so he took all of that in, and now he lives with a very strong moral code and who he is as a man and who he isn't as a man and what he will do and what he will not do, and I suspect that the same is true for Rachel, and I'm sorry I gave a long answer, but you asked, so
No, I love it. Like, I'm honestly so like, I love the answer.
yeah. But listen, speaking of divorce,
Okay, let's do it. I've been divorced, so I just don't have children, but
we
we could
got
get into it. Let's talk about divorce.
and I don't think we can talk about, um, divorce without Dorit's divorce without talking about Kyle and Dorit's friendship, right? And so
Yes.
what did we see? Dorit sadly learns, she thinks that we're on the road to recovery. We just came back from the Hamptons, having our single hot girl summer, single
Mhm.
divorcee summer, single divorcee summer. Wait a minute, you're divorced, that wouldn't mean you're single, right? No, not necessarily.
Well, no,
Always
I
get that
mean,
all
she's
wrong.
not yet. She's
Y'all
not
get it.
divorced
So
yet,
they just
but
have the hot girl summer of their life, and,
yeah.
like, doing that hot girl thing, and Dorit learns up on return from Bose that Kyle is talking behind her back, and
Oof.
can't and just the look of hurt on her face when she learns that Kyle is
Right?
kind of putting it out there that Dorit has erratic behavior. Um,
I
oh my
cannot.
god, I have so much to say about this. So, but let's pause a little bit and talk about, divorce and why that
Let's
erratic.
talk about what erratic behavior
Yeah,
really is
yeah.
and what is going on. Okay, so Elle and I really took a deep dive into this. As you guys might know, we wanted to talk about this yesterday, but we felt like we weren't adequately prepared. So we looked into divorce, spending, wealthy individuals, and we found a lot of answers, to be honest. So, for one, psychologists sometimes refer to grief shopping or
Mm,
stress spending as a form of emotional regulation through purchasing. It's not always a clinical disorder,
mm.
but it can appear sudden, excessive, or erratic compared to someone's normal behavior. So we would need to know what is Doreen normal. What is her normal when she was happy? Was she shopping a lot or was she still not? Like what Kyle is saying is she's acting crazy, she's acting erratic, but what is erratic? Like, is she steering away from what she normally does?
I think it's a couple of things. I think it's I mean, think about it. Anybody's listening who's had some level of trauma in their life, and their
Uh-huh.
response to that trauma has probably included a range of behaviors that did not make sense, but possibly felt good in the moment because you're trying to figure your stuff out. And it is very obvious that Dorit has this poor, it's almost like this dysregulation within herself going on. And shopping is something that she's already done, but now it's even more amplified. You know, it's almost like she's trying to find her equilibrium by just doing what she did, but it's even more on a higher scale. And I think Kyle, and not this episode, but last episode when they're the Hamptons, mentioned, which made sense to me. Good take, Kyle, that she's so used to this lifestyle of being able to go
Yes.
out and shop on a whim. And I'm pretty sure the grief and loss of that is scary to her. So it's almost like engaging in a behavior as if that reality doesn't exist. And I'm not sure if I
Yeah.
yeah, right, but it's almost like I'm so used to I'm having a hard time transitioning from the life that I had that's slowly slipping away from me through this divorce. And shopping is an addiction. It's no different. You said you gave a couple of reasons why people shop. You said grief shopping, and what was the other one?
Neurologically, because it triggers dopamine. I didn't say that initially, but
Oh,
it's
yeah.
also chemical response,
Yeah.
just like sugar,
Yeah.
just like, and I'm naming things that you wouldn't like obviously there's like obviously narcotics, but even things like coffee, sugar, chocolate, like they can all be addictive. So shopping is also a neurological
Yeah.
response.
I call it the any excuse will I call it the any excuse will do disorder.
No, it's
like
so
like,
true.
but
I
it is giving
know.
off these dopamine levels. It's making her feel good in the moment. Dorit shows up in any situation dressed to the nines.
Yes.
I love the style I love that fit that she had on when Bose was over. I mean, she's fabulous. She is fabulous when it comes to style, hands down.
She
Uh,
really is.
but my thing is, and then we also have the other erratic behavior, which makes a lot of sense to me, is being late. Well,
Oh,
Dorita's always been late. That's all.
But she's always been late.
Yeah, but now
Exactly.
she's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
late. You know why? Because her whole internal locus of control, her whole world is dysregulated, and it
Yes.
probably and she's overwhelmed. She's now a single mother, you know,
Oh,
with kids that have all of these competing schedules doing, ballet and all the other things. She has a lot of balls to juggle, and it's probably hard for her just to center and organize herself the way she used to when she, by the way,
I
had so many
know.
assistants. I'm pretty sure she doesn't have the assistants anymore like she used to the level she did. So she is relearning and re-imprinting a life she's never had to live, and I'm thinking like, seriously, Kat, if you were my friend and I saw you doing oh, wait, you're my friend, you are my friend, but if we were in this situation and this was you and I'm seeing this erratic behavior, you think I'm
Oof.
gonna go talk to Barbara, our producer,
Right?
about, "Oh, she's so erratic." I'm gonna come to you and I'm saying,
No,
"Yeah,
exactly.
sis, I know we're on bad terms, but I've
If you
seen
met,
some
if
things."
if we were like hanging out and you met like two of my friends, you wouldn't call them to lunch and be like, "So is Kat kind of crazy? Like, what's going on?" Like, it just doesn't make sense to contact somebody's friends and like talk shit about them, you
Right,
know?
right, go to her and say, "I'm seeing some things
Yes,
that don't
I'm worried.
me, and I'm worried. I know we're not good, but what can I do?" And you know who's a good friend? Bose is a good friend. And Dorit, I hope you value Bose. I hope that you honor
Ugh,
that friendship and there's reciprocity when she needs you and her season is not going so well, if she ever has a
I
better
hope so
season.
too.
But I will say that Bose did clock it when she says, "This is an overwhelming response to an overwhelming situation." She didn't judge her. She just named it and called it what it was and defined it
Yeah.
and contextualized it and made it make sense to her. And um, I'm team Dorit on this one because I mean, because there's this thing going on, team Dorit, I'm team Dorit on this one because
Team Dorit, Team Kyle. Yeah.
Dorit is like fighting through her lives,
No, yes,
through
yes,
maxing out one
yes.
credit card at a time, trying to find some sense of peace and some semblance of order that she used to know, and that's how she's trying to achieve it.
You said order. Another thing psychologists actually say and psychiatrists is that this is similar to an eating disorder or
Really?
a sugar addiction or any addiction. Yes. It's a sense of build up, build up, build up, and you get relief. And it came up as emotional relief, similar to the type of relief that you would get from like substances, because you're thinking about shopping. Oh my God, like she has this, but she has this Hermes bag and she has that car. And it's like, once you go shopping, you're like, ah. And I don't think we experience that at all because I don't.
Well, I can be full transparency, when the trauma of my father passing, I think my mother and I were both spending like crazy. Like, because we're
No, but
trying
I
to feel
get
good,
that.
we try to feel good,
Yeah.
and that has since leveled out, although my husband is sitting here saying, like, "I just
He's
bought
like,
you 2
did it
packages
level
just now."
out? He's like, when did it level out?
He's looking at me like,
When was
"When are
that?
these 2 packages here?"
He's like, tell me the day and time.
"Put your glasses down, stop looking at me, go back and listen to your podcast, preferably ours." Anyways, no, but her behavior, is it concerning? Absolutely. Does she need help?
It is.
Absolutely, and I wanna just shout out Bose for being that friend.
Yes.
And one thing I like about Bose when they're in this conversation, do you notice that and Dorit does this too, she listens, and I keep saying this, and this might be the therapist in me, she listens with her eyes, she leans in, and she is dialed into
Mhm.
that she's not performing friendship, she is really there with her
It's
in her journey.
active
It's kinda
listening.
she's active listening.
She's active
Yeah,
listening. Okay.
absolutely.
Dorit does do that and Bose does that.
Yeah, but
But Bose does that so well.
yeah, she
Like
clocks it all.
her brain is like
Yeah,
processing fast, I feel
yeah.
like.
But I will say this, and this is gonna be about controversial, but it's just that kinda day today. It's, what day is it? Oh, it's Monday. Let's have to be called honest. Um,
It's literally the first day of the week.
I thought it was Friday already. Um, do
I do
you
too,
do
which
you
is so sad.
am I wrong doesn't it seem like Kyle gets a special kind of joy out of talking about Dorit's downfall? There's a special glit in her eye. There's light that goes on in her life.
There's diamonds coming out of her eyeballs, like, there's a glit in her eye,
Kylie
there's a
in the sky with
spotlight
diamonds.
shining down on her, like,
Kylie in the sky with diamonds. Like,
Kyle in the sky with diamonds.
no,
Kyle loves Dorit's downfall, and she's creating it, like,
he's
she loves
creating it.
it, and she's adding to her downfall.
I feel like she's creating it. And, and I have to give Erica credit because Erica, whenever this subject comes up, she stands very neutral. You notice Kyle is in there, and Alice and Olivia, trying on by the way, I know I'm kind of going in on her, but she looked amazing in Alice and Olivia.
Kyle looks
Yeah,
stunning
I love that. I
always.
love
She
that she's like
does.
being in the Canadian
Yeah.
tuxedo. You go.
Yeah, she's beautiful. I mean,
Erica receives information, but she doesn't really dial into it, you know? She gave really good advice. Cut a deal and move on. I agree. I agree with Erica.
yeah.
Deal
I mean, if that
and
was
move on.
possible,
Yes.
I don't know if that's possible though.
Well, you know what I got to thinking about? Didn't happen for me because when I got that, but sometimes I wonder, does the conflict create a sort of intimacy between Dorit and PK? Because they really kind of don't really want to let go, but the conflict kind of keeps them in each other's lives in a weird way. And so they're both trying to win a battle they neither really want to win. They just like it's
No, okay. I'm not a psychiatrist, but I did take those courses in college. And I just have to say that you are very well correct. Like, you might be so spot on because it seems
I
like
might not be. I might not be.
they're talking through other people. No, let's look at the pattern. Like, Dorit is speaking through, well, she thought she was speaking through Kyle, and she tried Mauricio, and that didn't work. But obviously, PK has his spokesperson. So they are trying to get to each other in a way. They really are.
Yeah, I think sometimes you need the conflict. I think the conflict can be kind of a weird, perverse, highly dysfunctional, dare I say, turn on. Like, just, you know,
No, and
I think the
I don't
conflict keeps them
think you're
around. They keep
wrong.
each other at attention. Now PK has her full attention, and now she has PK's full attention. And the
And the way he went about it is not okay.
no, it's not. It's
That's not okay to make her pay half.
no.
When they agreed she was gonna be a stay-at-home mom,
What it what
how was she like, that's not right.
Yeah,
Yeah, because now she's supposed to pay half of everything. He, told their money manager. So she joined Housewives, and her whole salary is what, gonna have to go toward this? Like, half of their expenses? I feel like Dorit feels like this is my money. I was with you for 10 years. I deserve jewelry and a purse and, like, whatever she wants. I feel like she feels like she deserves it.
and I can understand now that I'm thinking about it, I can understand um why Dorit might be a little erratic because the threat of poverty is real. The threat of not having
Yes.
with that is real, and maybe it's a let me get everything while I can. In addition to the dopamine levels, and for Kyle to question Dorit's spending is very rich. Listen, you're worth $100 million, not
Oh
Dorit.
my God.
So
I know.
have you ever? I mean, and I think I understood that you possibly know what it's like to start from nothing. So where's the
Yeah.
empathy from you and that experience to bring it to Dorit, to franchise that to Dorit, so and say, "Sis, I understand. Here's how we can help you out of this." You know, Dorit doesn't need a manifestation a course to to discover her relationship with
Amen.
although I'm sure that there's something healthy about doing that, what she needs is a friend, and she needs to be seen by her friend, and she needs to be seen by the one person that she thought was her friend for the longest time, that's ever since she's been on the show. When they met, they were like instant buddies, and now it's just so weird. And so I don't know I don't I don't know if it's, advantageous to continue to use a strategy called, "Well, I'm gonna talk to everybody else around in Dorit's life because
I agree, you're
I tell you what I
not.
said."
No, you're not, because if she was invested in her healing, she wouldn't tell everybody in the world her problems that she didn't tell these people. If Dorit wanted Erica and Amanda and everybody else to know, she would have told them. So I would be upset if my
I
friend
would
did
too.
that to
I
me.
would too, and I do think Dorit should probably do better getting on time. She has a very La Dolce Vita kind of Europe of time, and in Europe and Italy was, her home for some years.
10 years.
10 years, right.
She
So
said 10 years,
they
yeah.
don't have a good relationship with time. Just, I mean, I shouldn't say that. I should not say that they don't have a good relationship with time. Their relationship with time is very, you know, let's take our time in daily life. Let's,
Right,
you know,
right.
no rush for anything. We get there when we get there, much like
Let's eat
Black culture.
breakfast,
And I
darling.
think Persians have the same relationship with time too, right?
It's true.
Yeah.
No, it's so true. However, my dad is like a 5-hour person. Like, he will literally be like, we have our flight is at like 6 a.m., 1 a.m. Like,
Yeah.
he's that guy. So
Yeah, the Italians, from what I understand, they prioritize relationship and experiences over, like,
Mhm.
hard like
Italians
time.
too.
Probably
Yeah.
why they live longer too. So, anyways, saying all this to say, I think, Kat, I think that if we have a friend in these same shoes, and perhaps you guys have friends in similar situations, you have to really seek to understand the why. Yeah, she
Yes,
shows up late and
please
it's
do.
irritating. And Erica and Mama Zoe had every reason to be irritated at her lateness because my gosh, they're flying to Italy. It's not like the plane is going to go if you're on it or not.
That's what they
You
said.
know?
They said if she
Yeah,
doesn't make it, they have to go.
but did you know what? Erica embraced her and told her the truth. Girl, I was cussing you out just now, and gave her a hug, and whoop, off they went in first class to
She
Italy.
did. She
That's a
did.
real friend.
She's a real
She didn't
one.
villainize her from it. But
Yep.
I feel like, and I've always have felt like it. And if you go back and you watch, um, gosh, I don't remember what season it was, but
Was it 12, 13?
yes, I was thinking 12 or 13. It was a season where they started to have that fallout when, Dorit was on the cover. No, it started with Barbie Glam. It started with the Barbie Glam.
That I don't remember. I don't.
Yes, yes, we talked about it. Barbie Glam, when Dorit was late to Teddy Mellencamp's retreat, that she didn't care
Oh,
if people
gotcha,
came or
gotcha,
not,
gotcha.
and Dorit
Yes,
came,
yes,
and she
yes,
came late,
yes.
and that became a whole that that became a whole thing, and it seems like,
Yeah.
which, by the way, in relation to that, what motivation did she have to come on time when Teddy just told her, "Well, I don't care if you come or not." Where's the
It
motivation to
wasn't
keep
even
on
that
going?
serious.
Like,
Like, do you feel like it was that serious? I feel
well,
like
I
it it's not that big of a deal, Teddy,
she had no, well, y I don't think Teddy was making a deal out of it as much as Kyle was making a deal out of her being late, and so what was the motivation for Dorit to show up on time if Teddy at that time had said, "Well, I don't care if you show up or not. I wouldn't be rushing to
Facts.
get there because you don't really value me being there anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and glam up and take these photos, get my Instagram on,
Of her.
do some reels, and jump in the car and get there when I get there." I get it. I actually get that.
Honestly, same.
Yeah.
I would do the same thing, and especially if Kyle had her little producer hand in it, I would be like, "I'm taking my damn time." Like, "Sorry," because Kyle wanted Dorit to be late. So it's like, "All right, I'll give you what you want. I'm gonna be like 2 hours late."
Well, I just wanna say, you know, thinking about friendships, it just goes to show you there's so many different levels of friendships, and there's different levels of friendships
Mhm.
going on in this cast right now. There's some true friendships that I think are developing between, Bose and Dorit, and they're non-transactional. It seems to be a bit of, um, a growing deep and abiding friendship. There are some institutional friendships that we experience in the world. There's transactional experiences, friendships that we have. There's season for a reason, and it's neither good or bad. It just was a season. There was a reason. It's no more. So I
Or a lifetime.
yeah.
I love that phrase.
So
Yeah.
given the fact that this friendship has just utterly blown up in both of their faces, what kind of friendship was it in the beginning, really?
Well, they're still pretending they're
Not
friends.
friends. They're not
And
friends.
I don't, but they're still
Yeah, I
pretending they
know.
are.
I know.
And I think they need to just keep it real. Like, let's let it, they need to keep it real and get into an argument and
Well, I
just,
think that's gonna happen because from what I understand, they're
okay.
not talking and Erica's not talking to Dorit, and that makes
I
me sad because I love
know.
them as friends together, so
I know. And why would she? Like, I feel so bad.
but here's where I wanna say something too on Dorit's end, putting the onus on
Uh-huh.
her. Yes, going through all of this in real time, and you're in the beginning stages of I think what we're seeing in the beginning stages of grief and loss, as it relates to divorce, but I think it might be helpful to just pause long enough with yourself and really think about, even though I'm going through this, how is this affecting the group? How is this really
Right.
nurturing the friendships? How is this really impacting my real friends on the show and the cast? And whether the cameras are up or down, like I hope that that conversation happens. What about you?
It almost to go with, no, I'm literally listening to you and I have to say, it almost seems like Dorit doesn't care if she ruins anybody else's time, if she ruins an entire vacation trip, whatever it is, she needs to be herself and like get all these feelings out, you know?
Yeah.
Is that just me or do you feel the same way?
I kind of think that you're really onto something, and it makes me wonder, and I don't have any answers to this, but I am now going to go look it up. Can this kind of trauma, which produces a level of defensiveness, if that defensiveness is not curtailed,
Right.
can it lead to acute narcissism? New word, don't know if it exists, but
Wow.
sure,
No, I think it does.
because the ego right now is so fragile, and the
Yes.
behavior is so erratic, and people are and you're so much on the defense,
She
and
is.
you don't want your
And then her solution to it all is shopping.
right.
But PK said she has to pay for half of the bill,
Yeah,
so
and all of that is real
that's
stuff that is
horrible.
probably leading her to act in ways that she doesn't probably even recognize herself, but
I
at some point, no
know.
matter what
Yeah.
you're going through, at some point, you have to pause long enough to say, "Okay, wait a minute. I am going through something, but I don't want this to impact my friendships. I don't want my relationship with Bose to be that friendship where she's captivating my feelings all the time, captivating my trauma and drama. Like, no, real talk and high respect
Yeah.
and truly rooting for her. But I just think in real life, we do have to sometimes pause and check ourselves, even though we're going through stuff, to make sure that other people aren't affected by what we're going through. And and
Amen.
I feel like
Yeah.
that's what the cast is gonna demand from her and need from her, and I hope it happens on camera, off camera, make it happen. And listen to our resident DJ, Erica Pretty Miss Jane. Cut a deal.
Right.
Cut a deal and walk away and
Cut a
reclaim your
deal,
life.
walk
Yeah,
away. That's what she
it's
said. Cut a deal,
taking
walk
minutes off of your
away.
life. It's taking minutes off of your life.
Get a new man like Lisa Hochstein did, or
Yeah.
Hochstein. I hope I said it right.
I don't think they're together anymore. I have to look into that.
They're not.
Oh,
They're not.
yeah.
But I still see Dorit maybe dating like a really hot guy, like
Yes,
not
she's a
not for
natural
anything
flirt.
serious, just
Yeah.
for fun.
Yeah, have your hot girls era. Forget Sutton.
Have your hot girl
Cut
summer.
cut the cord. Don't only become unbothered and unburdened. Become untethered to this toxic relationship that you might inadvertently be contributing
Yes.
to by not cutting the cord. I think she's doing her best, but and
Gosh.
step into your hot girl era.
I pray that she can just get a divorce and get some money out of this.
Start over.
it's going to be hard because I hear he's a grifter, allegedly, but
Oh,
hopefully she gets some money out of this girl. I
Dorit,
mean,
call Elle. Call Elle. We can meet over at Alfred. And I have done this twice. I've got 100 ways to leave your lover when they're not acting right. and
oh
and the
my God, I
and the
love
art
that.
and most of all the art is starting over in reinvention, right?
Yes.
Hey, you know what I want
I
to talk
hope
about?
she has a new boyfriend. I really
I
do.
hope she I hope she I hope she does what Audrey on BPR said yesterday, who I think is so wise. We're getting into that tomorrow, that she is choosing herself.
Yes.
Yeah, choose yourself and date yourself for a year. I've
Yeah.
done it. You
Well,
can't.
she's got to get a divorce first.
Right, but you can be
So,
dating yourself in the process of that divorce, which means that
oh,
you're,
I did that too.
yeah, you're pouring
Yeah.
into yourself and you're reinventing yourself, and you're getting your agency back and you're just living your
Yes.
best life on
Your
your terms.
autonomy. Yeah.
And then you'll be truly unbothered, unburdened, and hopefully untethered.
It's true.
Hey, I want to bring up,
Listen to Elle, Dorit.
call me.
Listen. Call her twice. I'm only one. So there's,
Um,
well, married twice, divorced once. So,
you were married twice, divorced once? Oh
yeah,
yeah.
because I'm
Yeah,
in
yeah.
my
Married twice,
marriage.
right.
So, married twice. Yeah. So, like, I'm in my second. So, this is my second husband. So,
Right.
basically, yeah.
Gee,
No, but the first one,
yeah.
I don't know what I was
I'm
thinking,
so happy
girl.
that that's not in my future. I'm so happy
Dorit
that I
probably
found
thinks the
love. Huh?
same way.
Yeah, I found my safe space. So listen, I want to switch on you. You know who hasn't found their safe space? That the word on the street is, and I don't know if this is
Oh,
something, so we're gonna have to put on our investigative journalism hat, is
okay, okay.
The Alexis Bellino of it all. And
I
well, I already wasn't
know.
Alexis Bellino anymore. It's Alexis Jansen.
Jansen.
Yeah, and apparently she got hit with a blow dryer, and this is why she has a black
Do
eye.
we, yeah, do we believe? We can't say. It's so
Yeah.
hard.
Whatever that is, I hope that it's not
Hey,
what it looks like it could be, and I pray that you
same.
get that out. Uh,
Look, I was a survivor of DV, and I
Really?
hope I'm not seeing that again.
Oh, wow.
Because that's not bad to say. I hope I'm not seeing it. That's all. That's positive. That's
Yeah,
not
I
an
hope not either.
accusation.
That made me sad, so let's see what happens with that. What's your good at it advice for the day before we go out?
Okay, you know what? If you are going through a divorce,
Mm,
you will get through this. I promise you. I promise you, you will get through this. Don't give up and get as much as you can.
yeah.
That's my advice. Yeah. My good edit. What about you, Elle?
You know, I think am in my hot girl era. And what I mean by that is I am truly unbothered. Like I literally feel fearless and I don't care. And it has a lot to do with my husband who supports me. Even though
Oh,
it has a lot to do with my friendship, and it has mostly to do with my mom and my son, who, just a community in the village who are not afraid
facts.
to call me and pull my coattails and tell me what's up, but truly champion nothing but good things. But also the fact that I just noticed this the other day, how much I truly want people to win, um and I hope these ladies win. But there is something liberating about truly not being bothered. Because the more bothered you are by other people's opinions, the minutes, seconds, milliseconds
Yeah.
that you lose living your best life.
Don't ever be bothered by
Yeah.
anybody else's
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
Love yourself. And that's the only person who needs to love you is you.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for listening, guys. We love getting on the mic. You know that. And I'm gonna have
Always.
Kat take us out with our socials.
Okay, so Please make sure to follow us anywhere podcasts are available. That's Apple, Spotify, anywhere they're available. On YouTube at The Good Edit, all one word, dash Bravo Rex. So that's Bravo like the network and RECS. And follow us on Instagram at I'm Bravo Rex, so just Bravo Rex. And Elle and me and our podcast are TGE underscore The Good Edit.
Yeah,
So make sure to follow
and also
us.
we have a new Substack, and that
We
Substack
do.
is in development, but essentially you can find us at The Good Edit, Bravo Rex Unfiltered. And basically it's just short little blogs that highlight, not only what the episode that we just talked about, but it goes in deeper about like friendships and divorce, whatever was thematic to the episode that was just covered. We write a little blog spot about it,
Mhm.
because I think that there are some lessons, and I think we believe actually that there are some lessons, life lessons to be learned in this franchise called Housewives, and we just like to build upon that. But, anyways, until then, we will see you tomorrow where we recap Vanderpump Rules. Uh,
Yes.
have a great, unfiltered, good edit week. Bye.
Bye, everybody.